Hello, and welcome to Rosalora. If you're returning, it's so wonderful to see you again, and if this is your first time here, it's wonderful to meet you. I'm Rosa, I'm a digital artist, and today I'm going to be working on a commission. This commission is admittedly for someone special. It is for one of my partners, and I really wanted to do well for my partner, as you want to do when someone special to you asks you for art. And he did commission me, of course. He knows that it's important that artists are compensated for their work. He wanted to make sure that my art is appreciated. And so, he commissioned me to make this art of KT for him. So KT is not necessarily the robot, but the goop inside of it. Made up of a kind of like a hive mind of like little nano whatnots that work together to pilot the big scary robot. And when my partner asked me to do this commission, I was of course I want to do art for you. I love the characters that you create. I have both, been the DM and been DM'd by him in different campaigns. We've played together at the same table. I have a real admiration for him and the characters that he makes, and being able to bring them to life and help him do that part of it means a lot to me. I really love seeing the characters that my friends and my beloveds make, and this was no exception. But the exception to this particular piece is that KT was special in that I don't draw mecha. When my partner asked for this specific character with these kind of elements to it, the blockiness, the struts and the wires, and all of those straight lines, so many straight lines, I was scared. In fact, I told him actually multiple times as we were working on this together, because I was actually on call drawing live with him, and it was really wonderful. But I kept saying, are you sure you don't want, one of our other friends who also does art to do this? That artist friend is a lot better at doing mechs than I am. And he was like, no, I'd like, if you're amenable to it, I'd really like to get this art from you. And he did, of course, he was like, if you don't want to do this, we don't have to, and I wanted to. I wanted to be able to bring this character to life for him. It's just a lot more of a big challenge than I'm used to. Not that I think that drawing, people or the usual things that I put up on the channel are, super easy. It's just, I don't usually do things like this. But the thing that saved my ass, my entire ass, is the fact that he brought a lot of references. Whenever, if you are not an artist and you commission an artist, please bring as many pictures as possible. We can cobble them together. Be like, this is the eyes and this is the nose, and, I think that they, look like this or that, or I like this piece of clothing. Bring as many references as possible, because I was referencing the hell out of the pictures that he sent me, because, this is not my forte. But once those lines were down and I went over with the line art pass, where I kind of make sure that there's varying line weights in the piece, this thing really came alive. I really love the way that KT starts to take shape as the color gets dashed in. And I say dashed because I tried not to go too smooth with the way that I colored this. KT is supposed to be, in this chassis that is older and beat up, and it's under a lot of internal pressure from all the goo, all of the KT goo that is inside of it. And it's supposed to be a more archaic looking, chassis. And so as I was going through, I was using some of my brushes that are made for using clouds to kind of get the rust to look correct. And I was doing multiple layers of shadow and textured oil brushes to make sure that everything looked okay. I want to mention that the sort of roll cage around the head was directly inspired by Laios from Dungeon Meshi. I think that's worth saying. And I think hopefully now that I've seen it, I'm going to put like a little picture of him up and hopefully you can see it too. I thought it was a really neat inspiration. But I was really scared of this piece. I was scared of it not looking good. I was scared of, my partner wanting me to do this piece of art for him, and he was really excited, and I wanted to be really excited, but I was more scared than anything else. But as I went through the process and talked through, everything with him, if I can say anything about my partner, he stayed with me the whole time. We worked on this over the course of, I think, about 4 hours, just hammering away at the form. But once it starts, it just goes. And I don't know, art always feels like a form of love to me. But being able to have someone there that does support you through your art, wants to make sure that you're treated like a professional, and really believes that you can do the things that you want to do in art is incredible. So, this is KT. We ended up going with green goop because it just made sense. We tried all different kinds of colors, as you saw, but it's all about that goop. When I look at this piece, I feel so proud. It really was outside of my comfort zone, and I love it. I want to say a special thank you to all of my patrons who helped me make art, but especially Banjo, Confocal Clips, and Diator. If you want to join my Patreon, there's a link down in the description. And of course, thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe, hit the like button, click on another video if it's something that you'd like to do. If you like what I do, of course you can support me on Patreon or you can commission me. And remember, it's all gonna be okay. I'll see you next time.